I'm Manouk Akopyan. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you to our partners, personal injury attorney Nelson Gavorkian.
To be honest with you, it's hard to get fights with the girls who are smaller now. I mean, I can't say smaller, but I moved up 2 weight classes to fight at that heavyweight. So I'm a natural 160, 168, and I fought at 54. Sadly, these girls talk a lot, but they don't want to sign a contract to fight at 54, 60, 68. So I'm stuck at heavyweight because these girls will actually fight me. They're more of a challenge, and I'm going to help build the heavyweight division in women's boxing and show like what a heavy hitter really is, like my last fight when I got the second round knockout. But I believe that Danielle Perkins is a force to be reckoned with. She's 6'2", very athletic. She has amateur background. She's won the world championships in the amateurs. She is going to be a great challenge. It's not somebody who I'm overlooking. It's not an easy fight for me. I feel like I'm the greatest woman of all time, but she's going to come in the ring 195, 200 pounds fight night. So I got to really lock in. I've never been that big. I'm not going to be that big fight night. And I have to use everything that I have to come out on top, because who wants to have a movie come out about their life, across the whole nation, and then have a fight and don't perform or don't win. So it's a lot of pressure, actually. And I have to really put hands on Danielle Perkins. Baumgardner have not been going back and forth. She's a non-factor in my life. No, we have not. She's not even somebody who I would consider to fight. I fight at 54, 60, and 68. She's never even fought at 40 or 47. Non-factor. It brought me comfort knowing that Rachel and Barry knew about the Black culture, and they did things involving the Black culture. I mean, Rachel Morrison, she worked with Black Panther. I mean, I was able to meet Chadwick Boseman, and just to know that she was able to be around him, that means that she really dug deep into my story and really wanted to get my story right. And knowing that Barry Jenkins did Moonlight, and that Rachel had something to do with Mudbound. Listen, I have watched those movies, and I mean, Mary J. Blige, I had just met her after she did Mudbound. We did a commercial together for the Super Bowl. So just to all these things to just come full circle, I was very comfortable knowing that these were great people who wasn't just in it just to make a movie, but to make a great movie and to represent me in the best way that I could be represented, and to tell my story the right way. So I was very comfortable, and I trusted them 100%. Even when it came to the casting, like I was offered opportunities to come and to be a part of things, but I just was like, no, I want you guys to do your jobs, and you do it at the best of your ability without my pressure of me being there for persuasion. I was like, you guys just do your thing. And I was very, very happy that Ryan Destiny got the part to portray me. She's a pretty brown girl from Detroit, and I'm from Flint. So I was like, this all kind of comes hand in hand, if I'm being honest. And who don't want to do something that Muhammad Ali did, So I was like, there's going to be another woman playing me. Like, you guys don't want me to play me? Because if you want me to, I will. And they were like, no, no, no. It was an option before, but I was like, you know what? Actually, no. Because you guys are going to give me lines to say, and I'm not going to say them because maybe I don't feel like that or something like that, So I was very honored. And then to know that they spent so many years making it, did a great casted Ryan Destiny. And to know that, I had watched her act before in Star. I've seen her in some movies. So I was like, okay, another pretty brown Black girl. This is neat. And just to see how it all played out and her boxing in the film. I mean, I was honored overall. And when I seen the movie for the first time, it's something unimaginable that you can think. You think going to the Olympics twice and standing on a podium for a gold medal is crazy. Imagine seeing a story of all the parts of your life, the good parts, the bad parts, the crazy parts, who you were as a young kid to who you are now as a grown person. I was shook, but I was just like, in my mind, I was like, this movie is about to change the world. And I mean that in the most positive and humble way. Like this movie, when they see it, they will have a full understanding of who Claressa Shields is. Me and Ryan spoke over the phone She called me, you know, she got the part. I had seen articles and everything. I had watched her on Star. So I knew who she was. And I was like, my only thing was I was like, now how is she gonna embody me at 17? That was a thought I had. I said, how's she gonna do that? So me and her spoke on the phone, and after we said, hey, so excited for each other, love you, watched her fights, watched her films. Now I got to get to the hard questions. You ever been in a fight before? And when her answer was no, I said, all right, stay calm. And then I'm like, you ever been in a pushing war? And she was just like, I've never had any physical altercations ever. And I'm looking at, and I'm holding the phone like, I'm sweating bullets. And then she was like, but Claressa, I've been training. I've been taking protein. I've been boxing. I've been hitting the bag. I've been watching your videos when you're training. Like, I am going to do this, you know, and hearing her say that gave me a lot of comfort. And I chose to trust her and let her know, if you ever need anything, call me. I even let the production know. I said, if you need me to come be a stunt woman, let me know. I'm there. You know, I'm like, let me know what you guys need from me to make this perfect, because I told them my boxing cannot be looked at as mediocre. I will not stand for it. Like, that is like, there are parts in the movie where I'm like, listen, okay, get this relationship right, get there. But it was just like, the boxing, this is not Rocky. I love Rocky movies, but the boxing was not that great. Okay, I love boxing movies. I think Creed boxing was a lot better. But I said, for the fire inside, we have the greatest woman of all time. Let's not drop the ball with the boxing. And everybody knew I was very serious about that. And Ryan was like, I got you. And when Ryan called me and said, hey, I've been training, I gained some weight, I got abs. She was like, but can I ask you something? I said, of course. She was like, what do you do when you can't move? Like, I'm sore, my body hurts, I've got hit in the face. Like, what do you do? I was like, girl, rest. Get your massage, take a hot bath, cold bath, ice up, take a day or two off, and then come back. And then when she called me and said that she was sore and everything, I thought to myself, oh, this is good. This is going to be very good. And I was very excited to see the movie. And I don't know how many times I reached out to Rachel and said, hey, when I'm going to see the movie? When I'm going to see it? When I'm going to see it? Is it done? What's going on? She's like, Claressa, you're going to see it. I'm like, I know, but when? And she was like, it's done. I'm like, well, if it's done, why haven't I seen it? That was giving me a worry. She was like, Claressa, we're still tweaking things here, and we want it to be perfect for you. I said, okay, now. All right. Just, I'm not going to say hurry up, but I better see it before anybody else see it. Brian Tyree Henry was spot on playing Jason Crutchfield. You know, back when I was a kid, when Jason used to say that we were going to have a movie about our lives one day, you know, I'm just thinking he's just talking, but I'm listening to him. And I remember asking him, who would you want to play you? And he said Ice Cube. And we were blessed with that. You know, at the beginning, we were blessed with that. But COVID happened and so many other things happened. And then we were blessed with Brian Tyree Henry. And Jason is just as happy for Brian to play him. And he did such a great job. I mean, from the laughing to the climb up the ladder and doing the cable job to the training. And he did such a great job, you know. And I think that Brian and Ryan chemistry on the film showed just how magnetic me and Jason relationship was growing up as a kid, going through the, you know, the bad things and the good things, and me growing up from a teenager to a grown woman, you know, it shows that. And I was just so happy for both Ryan and Brian, because they did such a great job. And me and Jason watched the film and we were like, kudos to them for pulling it off, because we are both very different kind of people, and they were able to get us spot on, and it was just such a great story and a great film. I had zero involvement with that. Zero involvement. I trusted Ryan Destiny to just go and do her best, and I would give my honest perspective once I seen it. But when I heard she was working with I forget his name, but he's off of Black Panther for her boxing, when I heard she was actually at a gym training, I said, she's doing all the right things.
Rich Morrison? Is that who you're talking about?
Ryan.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the directors.
Oh, Rob Sally?
Rob Sally, the trainer.
Yeah, so Rob Sally was a trainer, and I didn't have any involvement with that. You know, he trained her. I mean, she told me she had a special diet. She drank protein. She ate all this different type of food and different type of drinks. She got bigger. You can see it in the movie. She had big calves, big arms, like me. And she was doing all the right things. So I wasn't hands-on, but I let them know, if you need me, I'm available. I feel like they captured Flint very well. You know, when people watch the movie, people tear because you see Ryan running down Baltimore Street. You see her running down North Saginaw. Those were streets that I ran on. Those are some of my same routes. People see that who still live in Flint, who are fans of me and who know me. And they're like, wow, we come from the same place. And that's a big deal to know that we come from the same place. And if I made it to where I made it to, they can make it too. So I was very happy with that being in the film. You know, I was happy with seeing my old high school Northwestern being in the film, you know, and all the parts that they recreated to make it look like it was in Flint. It wasn't a movie where you felt like, oh, you could tell, oh, this is Flint and this is Toronto. It was like a lot of stuff you're like, I was looking like, where are they? Are they in Northwestern? Like, are they on Baltimore? Like, you're looking at it, and when you know the streets and you know the houses, you like, I know exactly where that's at. So that's a good feeling for those that come from Flint and from other areas that are just like Flint. Well, I think for me, just the person that I am, we seen it front row and center on T-Rex, how I was when I was 17, how I went to the Olympics, how I trained my butt off, how I won. Everybody loves a good comeback story. So to see that I lost right before going to the Olympics, that's a part that people are like, okay, we see her win, but then you see me lose again after. You don't see me lose in boxing, but lose at the endorsements, the sponsorships, and all those things, right? And even though it's like, okay, so what's happening here? I feel like with The Fire Inside, it's one of those movies that you like, I hope she wins at the end. Like, I hope she gets everything that she wants at the end. And I feel like since it happens, but it's so much that could make it not happen, that's the feel good part of it. And that's why I would go down as one of the best boxing films in history, because for me, when I seen Will Smith play Muhammad Ali, it stuck with me. It stuck with me for forever, right? But to see that now, it's my life now. And when you see all the hardships, the trauma from when I was a kid, the abuse, the being left out. Okay, yeah, I won this, but I still was ignored. And then to come back and do it again, it just like, people love seeing resilient stories of you have plenty of reasons to give up. I had plenty of reasons to quit and say, you know what, maybe this isn't what I thought it was. You know, I thought boxing was a sport that was going to change my life, and it's just not. So go and do something else. I think that I went through the hardships, and I went through the tears, and I went through the feeling of maybe I'm not special enough. You know, maybe women's boxing isn't as important as I think it is. You know, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I'm not pretty enough. I think that me going through that and still continuing to walk forward is the reason people are like, wow. You know, and to see where I am now, I had to go through the same struggles being a professional woman fighter. To see where I am now I think is very powerful. And I think that I think The Fire Inside is going to change how people look at women athletes, how they look at me up in women's sports. And I think that it's going to make everybody just want to be better and want to work harder and just believe in themselves and believe in what they want to do. I believe that everyone should go see The Fire Inside Christmas Day, because it is a very true and a very powerful and resilient story. And if you lack any encouragement, if you lack any hope and faith, I think that this movie will give you that. And it's a great way to start the new year with having that. And if you want the fire inside of you to be burning, you do not want to miss Christmas Day, because this movie would definitely make you want to go run through a wall or something after you get done watching it.